cannot believe what I am seeing. I am literally screaming at my television screen right now. Vernon Dupree, the usually level-headed, distinguished, and morally upright patriarch of the Dupree family, has just pulled the most insane, jaw-dropping, heart-stopping move in the entire history of Beyond the Gates. He made a phone call. But guys, it was not just any phone call. He called Victor Newman. Yes, you heard me right. The Victor Newman from Genoa City. I am literally shaking just thinking about the implications of this crossover. Why on earth would Vernon invite the most ruthless, calculating, and terrifying business tycoon in the daytime universe into our fragile little town? To save Garland Memorial, of course. We all know the hospital is bleeding money and drowning in absolute scandal after the whole Dr. Leah Whitmore plasma ring disaster. The board is in shambles, the press is having a field day, and Vernon is desperate to be the hero. But inviting Victor Newman? Are you kidding me? Vernon. That is exactly like inviting a great white shark into your swimming pool to take care of a minor goldfish problem. What is he thinking? Victor does not do charity. He does not care about healing the sick. He cares about power, control, and domination. Just picture the scene with me for a second, because my mind is running wild. Imagine the Garland Memorial Board of Directors sitting there, already sweating bullets over the police investigations and the terrible PR. And then the heavy oak doors swing open. In walks Victor Newman. The swagger, the dark, expensive suit, that legendary, intimidating glare that could literally freeze a volcano in its tracks. I would pay real money to see the look of pure terror on Ted Richardson's face when Victor sat down at the head of that table. Vernon genuinely thinks he is playing the savior here. But Victor's very first demand? A complete, unredacted, brutally transparent financial audit of the entire hospital. Boom. An audit. Do you guys realize what a full financial audit means for this corrupt board of directors? It means every single dirty little secret, every misallocated fund, every shady backroom deal is going to be dragged kicking and screaming into the light. I am sitting here immediately thinking about Leslie Thomas. She is funding that free clinic, right? The exact same clinic where the black market plasma was stolen. You know her hands are not clean in this. Leslie's already having a full-on meltdown, crashing press conferences and crying fake tears on Ted's shoulder over Derek Baldwin's death just to protect her clinic's reputation. When Victor's accountants start digging into her finances, Leslie is going to absolutely lose her mind. Expose them, Victor. I am terrified for the hospital, but honestly, I am kind of living for this drama. But guys, amidst all this corporate chaos, my heart is just breaking into a million pieces for Anita Dupree right now. Can we please talk about Anita for a second? This poor woman has been to hell and back. She just finished her grueling chemotherapy. She just got medically cleared by her doctor to be intimate with her husband again. Remember that super awkward but sweet moment when they were trying to have a romantic evening and Kat and Martin barged in on them? Yeah, Anita just wants her life back. She wants her romantic nights. She wants peace. She wants to celebrate beating breast cancer. And instead of focusing on his recovering wife, Vernon is out here making literal deals with the devil. Anita is absolutely terrified, and I do not blame her one bit. She is sitting in that massive Dupree mansion, probably staring at the walls, realizing that her husband is slipping away into this dark, cutthroat world. She knows Victor's reputation. Everyone knows. She is so deeply worried that Victor's toxic, ruthless energy is going to rub off on Vernon and turn him into a cold, calculating monster. And she is right. You cannot swim with a shark without getting blood on you. Vernon is already acting different. He is more stressed, more secretive, more obsessed with the deal The emotional toll this is taking on their marriage is huge. They are supposed to be in their healing era, not fighting a corporate war. But wait, hold on, because it gets so much worse. You didn't think Victor Newman was just going to hand over a blank check in exchange for an audit, did you? Of course not. Victor always has a hidden agenda. Always. He agrees to bail out Garland Memorial, but he drops a bombshell condition that made my jaw literally hit the floor. He wants real estate. But not just any random plot of land. Victor demands that Vernon use his local influence, his political connections, and his power to help Victor acquire a very specific, highly strategic piece of commercial property right in the heart of Fairmont Crest. And guess who currently owns and controls that exact property? Joey Armstrong. I gasped so loud, my neighbors probably heard me. Joey Armstrong, the underground casino boss. The guy who is currently under intense investigation by Jacob Hawthorne for being the mastermind behind the black market plasma ring. The guy who is setting up secret meetings with the actual crime boss. The Impaler. Victor Newman just walked into Fairmont Crest, pointed directly at the most dangerous, lethal man in town, and said, "I want his territory. I am losing my mind." Vernon is a doctor. He is a respectable community leader. He is not a mafia enforcer. But now, because of this impossible deal, Vernon is being forced to act as Victor's personal attack dog against Joey Armstrong. This is no longer a business negotiation. This is a full-blown mob war. Put yourself in Vernon's shoes for just 1 minute. Just imagine the absolute suffocating panic setting in. If he says no to Victor, Victor walks away. Garland Memorial goes bankrupt. The hospital closes, hundreds of innocent people lose their jobs, and the Dupree family legacy is destroyed forever. What if he says yes? If he actually tries to force Joey Armstrong out of his property, he is declaring war on the local criminal underworld. He is poking a sleeping, venomous bear with a very short stick. I am screaming at Vernon through the TV, "Do not do it!" Joey is not some corporate CEO you can out-negotiate in a boardroom. Joey is a guy who has people like Randy Parker doing his dirty work. Joey is a guy who was hiding his involvement in Doug McBride's death. Joey's a killer. And Joey's already fighting back. He is not waiting for Victor or Vernon to make the first move. Oh no, Joey is proactive. The anonymous threats have already started rolling in, and they are chilling. Vernon is getting these terrifying cryptic warnings delivered to him. Stay away from the Genoa City outsider. Cancel the deal or else. Can you imagine checking your phone or opening your mail and seeing that? Joey is sending a crystal clear message. Fairmont Crest belongs to me, and if you bring Victor Newman into my backyard, I will burn your entire life to the ground. My stomach is in absolute knots. Vernon is completely out of his depth. How is he supposed to protect his family from a guy who runs an underground plasma ring? I am so incredibly scared for the Dupree family right now. Joey Armstrong does not play by the rules. If Vernon doesn't back down, who is Joey going to target to send a message? Anita? She is already so weak from the chemo. Or what about Nicole? She is right there at the hospital, completely exposed, caught up in her own messy drama, confessing her steamy fantasies to her ex-husband, Ted Richardson. Joey could easily send one of his thugs to the hospital to intimidate Nicole. Or, worse, he could use his dark connections to frame Vernon for something terrible. The stakes have never been higher. Vernon thought he was saving a building, but he might have just signed a death warrant for his own family's safety. Let's talk about this matchup for a second, because it is the stuff of absolute soap opera legend. Victor Newman versus Joey Armstrong. The polished billionaire corporate titan against the gritty underground casino boss. It is a clash of absolute titans. Victor has unlimited money, lawyers, and resources. He can buy anyone and anything. But Joey has the home court advantage. Joey knows the dark twisted alleys of Fairmont Crest. He knows where the bodies are buried, literally. Victor might underestimate Joey because Joey looks like a small town crook compared to the global players Victor usually destroys. But Joey is desperate, and a desperate man with ties to the Impaler is the most dangerous kind of enemy on Earth. And how is this going to affect everyone else in town? Think about Bill Hamilton. Bill is Joey's lawyer. If Joey goes to war with Victor, Bill is going to be dragged right into the center of the legal bloodbath. But Bill is currently suffering from severe hand tremors because Haley is secretly poisoning him. Bill is way too physically weak to fight Victor Newman's army of corporate lawyers. Joey is already noticing that Bill is shaking uncontrollably. If Joey realizes his lawyer is compromised right when he needs him the most to fight Victor, Joey might turn his wrath on Haley. It is all connected, guys. It is a massive web of destruction. And what about Jacob Hawthorne? Jacob is currently undercover, suffering from severe PTSD and survivor's guilt, desperately trying to avenge Derek Baldwin's death. He promised Naomi he wouldn't stop until the Impaler and the Plasma Ring are destroyed. If Joey's casino becomes a literal war zone because of Victor Newman's hostile takeover, Jacob's life is in extreme immediate danger. Naomi is already terrified for Jacob's mental health. If he gets caught in the crossfire between Joey's thugs and Victor's private security team, it could be an absolute bloodbath. Elon Hawthorne better step up and protect his officers because Fairmont Crest is about to explode. I just keep coming back to Vernon. He is a good man making a terrible, catastrophic mistake. He is blinded by his pride and his desperate need to save the hospital. But he is losing his soul in the process. Anita can see it. We can all see it. When he looks in the mirror, does he even recognize himself anymore? He is hiding these vicious death threats from Anita to protect her, but secrets are exactly what destroy marriages. When Anita inevitably finds out that Joey Armstrong is threatening their lives because Vernon made a backdoor real estate deal with Victor Newman, she is going to pack her bags. She did not survive breast cancer just to get taken out by a casino mobster. Vernon needs to come clean, go to the police, and tell Victor to take his dirty money back to Genoa City. I am honestly exhausted just thinking about all the ways this can go horribly, tragically wrong. The writers are giving us pure, unadulterated gold right now, and I am eating up every single second of it. Will Vernon sacrifice his morals and his family's safety to give Victor what he wants? Will Joey make good on his terrifying threats and hurt the Duprees? Will Anita finally snap and leave Vernon before he becomes a monster? I need to know your thoughts right now. Drop a comment below. Tell me if you think Vernon is a hero or a complete fool for trusting Victor Newman. We are in for the ride of our lives, guys. I will be tracking every single update, so stay tuned.